What's up guys, this is Coach Ray and today we're going to build our forearms. In today's video we're going to look at one of the best power building exercises for your forearms. Whenever we're preparing for competition, we use this exercise. Getting stronger in this movement means your wrist, your fingers, your grip is stronger in arm wrestling. I will explain why this exercise is so good. So for this exercise you need decline bench. Angle should be 30 up to 45 degrees. Barbell, it's better to use big barbell, not the small ones, and fat grips. This is optional, but it's better to have fat grips. If you don't have one, I'll put a link in the description where you can choose from different kinds of fat grips. So let's look at why this exercise is so good. When you're just doing on flat surface like this, most tension is right in this position. It's harder to go from negative motion to here than from positive here. When you're doing this in angle, it changes. The most tension is right here. It's harder to go all out through the motion, and most tension is on top of the movement. So this is why this exercise is so good, because it adds constant tension on your wrist. In arm wrestling we have tension going from different points, and if you're just used to have tension coming from one point, it's really hard to get your wrist bent. Let's try do it without fat grip. So when you're doing it without fat grip, it actually is pretty hard, because the barbell can go deeper in your arm, more away from the joint. More away from the joint it is, more tension it will get. So right here you can work from full range of motion and just do halves. From straight wrist up, basically arm wrestling position. I showed you this exercise, but I wasn't standing right. I will explain why. When you're doing your exercises like this or like this, just stand up for a second and keep your arm in same position. This is not how you arm wrestle. You arm wrestle in this position. So for this to be more comfortable and more related to arm wrestling, put your leg over the barbell, take the barbell, put your shoulder and your wrist and your forearm down, and from here you can again do full range of motion or just a halfway motion. And as this exercise is really good for building forearms, just doing full range of motion for just to have that more muscle on your forearms, it's not really relatable to arm wrestling, only if we add fat grip. Without fat grip, we're holding it, we're squeezing it, and we're just not cupping. In arm wrestling you need more of cupping motion. When I'm adding this, I can put it in my cup like this and work from straight arm up, from straight arm up. As I'm doing this, I notice there isn't enough tension on my wrist on top of the movement. This is where I want the most tension to be. I checked it before, it's 33-degree angle. On this decline, I need more. In higher angle, it's about 45 degrees, 42, 43. Right now, on top of the movement, my wrist is flat and it's mimicking the floor. So there's most tension on top of the movement, and it's really hard from going from straight wrist inwards. Again, my shoulder, back, and working from here. This movement is really relatable to arm wrestling training, and when you're doing it with a barbell, it adds more stabilization work. So you're stabilizing with your pronator or your supinator or your forearm flexors. This is why this is one of the best exercises you can do to build forearm power. So again, always check the angle. If you feel that there's zero tension on top of the movement, change the angle. It's too hard for you, take the small barbell before you get used to basically balancing the weight, and always work on controlled movements. You can get into the position and just do small movements from here just to overwork, but sometimes I want to do pause on the bottom and pause on top, especially when I'm doing big weights, because sometimes with big weights I want to hold on to the big weights as long as I can, so I will stretch out the set for 20 seconds. If I'm doing, let's say, 8 reps, I will stretch it out for 20 seconds, just trying to get more time under tension. I hope this video helps with your forearm training. If you have a chance to support this channel, please do it. Become one of my Patreons on patreon.com. You can find the link in the description. Stay strong and love arm wrestling.